Does this play look familiar? Does this play look familiar? Well, if you were watching the broadcast of this past week's game of Houston Texans versus the Pittsburgh Steelers, you would see that the Steelers offense coordinator, Matt Canada, called this play 10 plus times. But it's not just that, because if you watch last week's game and watch my video on last week's game as well versus the Raiders, you would see that I made a video covering it that he called this exact same play that he called this week against Houston 10 plus times. He called that play 10 plus times as well against the Raiders. And right now, I'm going to give you two quick examples. They're on the screen right now. So back-to-back weeks, he's using the exact same play call, and it got to the point where the broadcasters, the people covering the game, calling the game, had to circle the play, showing Matt Canada kept calling the exact same play. On the screen right now, you see these yellow circles on the screen. These are the live pictures from the actual broadcast. This isn't my yellow circle. I did not add these on the screen. This was from the live broadcast because the broadcasters calling the game realized Matt Canada kept calling this exact same play. So on the screen, you've seen 4 different times of this exact same play being ran. And this happened 10 plus times. I just didn't want to go through the whole game looking at it. So I was only able to find 4 from a short period of time that I was watching and rewatching the game. But throughout the game, I counted it. It was at least 10 times. But this isn't the only problem, because last week they called this exact same play 10 plus times. So I know if you're going into a game, you see, okay, this play works against this team. But you're basically going into every single week calling the exact same play from the previous week. And if you look closely at the time on the scoreboard on the bottom of the screen, you see it says 14 minutes and 22 seconds. So I brought up that the Steelers love running this play over and over again. Well, they actually used it on their very first play of their first drive of the entire game. They got the ball first and they used it on their first play of the game. So they love using this play. And if the broadcasters are bringing up that you using this play from the previous week and that you love to run this zone read type of action where it's kind of a concept run, if the broadcasters are bringing that up and they're not even being paid to really study film at a very high level, just enough to be able to call the game, what do you think the actual NFL team, the defensive coordinators, the defensive players on the field are doing? They're actually getting paid to go out there, watch the film, break it down, figure out what type of plays you like to run, and then use that against you and be able to stop it. If they're being paid not to do it, and the players are being paid to do it, what do you think they're going to realize? They're going to realize you're running this exact same play, and they're going to figure a way how to stop it. And that's why it was not working this week against the Texans. Last week against the Raiders, it was having a little bit of success. It's not that much, maybe 2-3 yards per pop. But against the Texans, it was being completely shut down because the Texans saw that the Steelers ran this against the Raiders, knew that they called it at least 10 times against the Raiders, and figured out how to stop it. But Matt Canada came back the following week and continued to call this play, thinking that nobody watched the game, especially because it was on prime time, thinking that no one watched the game, but they did watch the game, and they figured out how to stop it, and he had no counter to it. He just kept calling it over and over and over again. And just in case if you didn't watch the breakdown of the last week's video of me covering this play, let me just recover it for you. This play, you see it? There's 2 stacked wide receivers, and it's a run play, meaning that you're running the ball to what? Just say the right side or the left side. But the quarterback, he basically has no option to fake the throw, because if he was throwing the ball and faking the screen to the wide receiver, you would have to throw all the way across your body. If you're running to the right, the fake screen should be to the left, so that's an easy throw. But Matt Canada sets this play up so you're running to the right, and then you would have to throw kind of sidearm also to the right side, because it's not really a design play to be a screen. It's just a fake. So the wide receivers the cornerbacks are being guarded and have to go all the way out. But running this option, just like the broadcasters said in the game, it allows the other cornerbacks to have a free lane to rush the rusher, because there's no wide receiver on the opposite side of the field. There's no tight end on the opposite side of the field. So who are they going to guard? They have no one to guard, meaning they can stack the box up. Unless someone goes all the way around and motions, which it did not happen, the cornerback, the safety on that side of the field, has nobody to guard. So their main focus is going to be stopping the run. If you have no one to guard, where are you supposed to go? You're going to stack the box, and that's why the play doesn't work. But Matt Canada doesn't see that. I just don't understand why he doesn't see that. If we're watching the game and we see these things happening, and we could break down a play and tell you reasons why it won't work, there's no reason why Matt Canada can't see the exact same thing and realize, okay, this won't work because of this reason. But if you're running a play over and over again, it just gives it even more reasons of why it won't work. Maybe you catch a team off guard with this type of play, where you run it maybe twice in the game, and you use this play in certain areas. Then I can see, yes, maybe you're tricking the defense and it works here and there. But if you're using this play over and over and over again, and you're running the ball with the exact same formation, exact same type of play, exact same read, then the defense isn't to catch on. Even if they didn't watch any film for the game, and they're only playing the game, and you can see the formation that they're lining up, and they see the stacked wide receiver bunch on the side every single time, what are you going to expect the play to be? Are you going to expect it to be like a different type of play where you run a deep post off of a stacked formation where a wide receiver is lined up in front of another wide receiver? Or are you going to expect a different play to be ran when you keep seeing this play be run as a fake screen? No, you're going to expect it to be a fake screen. And then you're going to realize it's a fake screen, but they're running the ball off of it. And you're going to know, even just by playing the game and you watch no film, you're going to realize that it's a run play. And this play is being ran over and over again. And you're going to adjust to it. You're going to play a little bit more softer on the screen and a little bit more running downhill towards the running back. And this isn't even the only type of play that gets me angry when talking about Matt Canada's play calling, because he runs this kind of zone read type of offense where it gives the running back no chance to get momentum downfield. And we all know Najee Harris isn't the fastest running back in the league. He's not even close to being one of the fastest. He's actually one of the more slower running backs in the league, going downhill, and like open space. Obviously, he makes up for it in physicality, but he's not really fast. So if you're running all this zone read type of offense where you're running the ball side to side, it gives Najee Harris no time to accelerate. Najee Harris is known for a downhill runner, meaning if you're not doing halfback dives and you're doing a zone read type of run, you're giving Najee Harris lateral movement. You're giving him no momentum to build up, no acceleration to build up into his run. If you run downhill as a halfback dive, it at least gives Najee Harris an extra 5 yards for acceleration and boost, hitting the hole. But having Najee Harris run zone reads, running into one side, the left side or right side of the field with no momentum, that just doesn't go well for an offense. And I just don't know how he cannot see that. But us as watchers of the game, us as analysis, us as people who break down film or break down the game, we can see it. But someone who gets paid at the top of the top offensive coordinator in the NFL for a franchise like the Steelers, how can he not adjust and just use different plays? I don't even play Madden, and I believe I could call better plays on Madden and use plays strictly from the Madden game that would be better than what Matt Canada runs on his offensive plays. I truly believe that I would be a better offense coordinator than Matt Canada, calling better plays, knowing which plays work and don't work, and just calling a better game altogether that could actually put up points and not have the offense stall out and go 3-and-out every single drive or put up 6 points in an entire NFL game. But with that being said, all in all, Matt Canada ran the exact same play as last week. He ran it last week 10 times. He ran it this week at least 10 times. And the broadcast even said he keeps running the exact same play that does not work. So let me know down in the comments below. How do you feel about this? How do you feel about Matt Canada's play calling and this play specifically? Did you realize this just like you realized it last week, or do you not realize this? Let me know down in the comments below. And also, don't forget to subscribe to the channel down below as well if you like Steelers content and analysis reports. Like the video, turn on post notifications down below for the channel as well so you get notified whenever I post next Steelers video. I cover everything Pittsburgh Steelers, and as we start the regular season, we're 4 weeks into it, about to be 5 weeks, and I make a video every single day covering Steelers news. And if you want to stay up to date and be the first person to find out the news, and you don't want to have to read it, and you just want to have to listen to it, subscribe to the channel with notifications on. Like the video, and I'll see you guys all later. Till next time, I'm out. Peace.